Welcome to the Art Project. Today is, Inktober day 15, I think. And helmet is the prompt. And I did some research. I was very tempted to do a Daft Punk helmet. And maybe I should have, I don't know. But I looked through a bunch of different helmets and different ideas, and I finally decided to just do a helmet from scratch. There's no reference photo, there is no preparatory sketch or anything like that. I just dove right in and started making my own helmet. I thought about something to go around the nose, but I didn't really like the way that looked, and you'll see in a minute I'm going to erase that nose. My helmet is probably similar in a way to the design of maybe some ancient Spartan helmets that I saw online, but also like a Daft Punk helmet too. I don't know. Like I said, I made everything up on my own and didn't really go by anything except for what I was kind of influenced by during my research and kind of what I saw forming out of the lines that I made on the paper. Sometimes the lines that you make on the paper dictate everything else. And I don't necessarily mean dictate in a bad way, but they kind of guide it. They form suggestions. You see a line that wasn't really meant to be there, but it looks kind of cool, so you embellish it, or you make more of it, And so that is one reason why, if you're struggling, if you're not sure what to draw or what to paint, some advice that I have for you is to just start drawing, and ideas will come to you. This is part of a quote from Chuck Close. The ideas will come to you, the things will occur to you, ideas will come out of the work. I don't remember exactly what the quote is word for word. I have it hanging in my classroom. It's a big deal to me, and it's so true. I think the more we work on a drawing or a painting or whatever, or just by starting it, more ideas come, more ideas flow. And every now and then you get stuck on something and it's not, or you get that artist block. I apparently have monologue block. But anyway, so as you are making that, sorry, I was just interrupted by my daughter. Anyway, I decided, in order to save a lot of time, to use this somewhat expensive brush pen that I bought a while back. I've never really gotten the hang of this brush pen. When I bought it because Sori Kim, a wonderful illustrator who teaches a class or more on illustration and drawing and sketchbook on Domestika, which I fully recommend. It's great. It was a great course. She was using this brush pen, and she was doing it with such wonderful skill. But so I bought it I bought it because it looked cool when she was using it, but I haven't really gotten used to it. Sometimes it doesn't make the line you want it to make, and sometimes it makes a line you don't want it to make, and it can be awkward. Like right there, too much ink. Right there, too much ink. But that's okay. I made it work, and I am kind of glad that I used it, and I am glad that I bought it, and maybe eventually I will figure out how to work the pen in my favor. And I think actually when she was doing her video, she actually had two of them, one that was really saturated with ink and one that was less saturated with ink, and that's how she controlled it a little bit more. I decided, in order to make some of the little fixtures glow and give it more of a sci-fi robotic look, more Daft Punk, that some highlighter ink would be good. And And I also decided, inspired by my daughter's suggestion of bunny ears, to give it antennas. For some reason, the Posca white pen does not work as well. This is white, and as you can see, it's laying down like a gray texture, a gray color, but it's because it's mixing with the ink, and I had to really kind of like clean it off and let the other ink dry thoroughly before using the white pen. And then of course there's the background, which somehow or another I managed to pause the video and forgot to unpause the video before I painted in the background. Sorry, y'all. As you can see, I smeared some ink on the other page. I used a Speedball black ink in a little cup with a watercolor brush to do the background. And that's how I must have dripped some on the other page and smeared it with my finger. We will find out later on if that actually becomes a part of my Inktober for day 16. Eventually, once the paint dried, once the ink from that brush pen dried, the Posca pen went over it a little bit better. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a good Inktober. I really like the way things are kind of turning out in my sketchbook. At the end, maybe I'll have like a little sketchbook tour and go over my Inktober pieces. Pretty soon we'll have the weekend and I will have more time to work on a piece. This really turned out pretty good for about 30 minutes of work, I think. Pretty pleased with how it turned out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a good Inktober. I hope you're doing some work. I'm going to keep looking around on the interweb, YouTube and Instagram for more Inktober. And hopefully I'll come across yours and give you a thumbs up for what it matters. Anyway, it's your turn. Go make some art. Turtle.
Hey, buddy. There you go, a little help.